So we do have a very important game coming up on Wednesday night, January 8th, 2025. FC Barcelona is going to be facing Athletic Bilbao for the Spanish Super Cup semi-final. On the other side, we do have Real Madrid versus Mallorca that will take place on Thursday, January 9th, 2025. So there is a possibility that if Barcelona were to get through Athletic Bilbao and if Real Madrid were to get through against Mallorca, we could see a Spanish Super Cup final that contains FC Barcelona and Real Madrid. But we're not there yet. Barcelona have to take it step by step. We first have to pass the first test, and that is against Athletic Bilbao, because let me tell you, the last time Barcelona faced Athletic Bilbao in a semi-final match, it did not end up well because it was for a Copa del Rey match and Barcelona suffered a huge defeat 4-2. So maybe Athletic Bilbao might not be strong in the league when they have to face FC Barcelona, but for sure when it is a knockout stage, Athletic Bilbao like to come up and Barcelona have to be very careful because these are the type of games that do make FC Barcelona suffer. Now, I would say that Hansi Flick has shown that this Barcelona team that he has created is a much more balanced team, a team that knows how to score goals and knows how to really come up in high stake situations. Hence the reason why this team has beaten Bayern. They have beaten Real Madrid. We have beaten multiple teams in the Champions League. These are the type of games that Hansi Flick loves to win. He is a knockout specialist. And now we're really going to go through the test against Athletic Bilbao in order for us to really win a trophy this month, which is going to be huge, but I mean huge for this squad. Now, if we look at the past three Spanish Super Cups finals, we have seen Real Madrid win it in the previous one, with Barcelona being the runners-up. In the season before that one, Barcelona won with Real Madrid being the runners-up. And then in the season before that one, which was the 2021-2022 season, right, a season that Barcelona could not even get through the semi-final, we saw Real Madrid win the final and Athletic Bilbao were the runners-up. So in the past three times, FC Barcelona have only won once, while Madrid have won 2 times. Can Barcelona win the Spanish Super Cup this time? We'll see. So here's the thing. If Barcelona do not win this game and we don't go to the final, that gives us a 10-day break before our match against Getafe, because the final is going to be on January 12th, 2025. If we win and we have that final on January 12th, that will give us a 6-day break before the match against Getafe. So this month could be very hectic or not hectic, depending on if we qualify for the final round. So as we do look at the history between Athletic Bilbao and FC Barcelona, you know, this team obviously they play at least 2 times per season, and it has always been a battle. In our previous meetup against Athletic Bilbao, Barcelona won 2-1 under Hansi Flick. Before that one, it was a 0-0 tie in the league, and then we have that match against Athletic Bilbao in the Copa del Rey where we lost 4-2. Before that one, 1-0. Before that one, Barcelona won it once again 1-0. We won again 4-0, and on February 27th, 2022, we once again won 4-0. So our track history against Athletic Bilbao is pretty strong. We just take heavy defeats. And I'm going to go back to those 2 matches, which was the one on August 24th and the one on January 24th, in a few minutes, because I believe that these 2 matches where Barcelona won 2-1 and where they lost 4-2, we can take very important notes on those results. Once again, I'll talk about this in a few minutes. But in that game where Barcelona won 2-1 against Athletic Bilbao, in our previous meetup, we had a very different squad. We had Ter Stegen in goal, we had Inigo Martinez, Kobarsi Kunde, and Alejandro Balde at the back, with our double pivot being Marc Bernal and Pedri. It was not Casado, it was not Eric Garcia, but it was Bernal. Yes, Bernal was not injured yet. And then our attacking 4 was Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Ferran Torres on the left, and Lewandowski up top. This was around the time where we still did not know where to put Rafinha. We did not know whether Rafinha can play as a central attacking midfielder or as a left winger. 2 to 3 weeks later, after this match did take place, we saw that Rafinha's main and best position was on the left wing position. It was not on the right, nor as a number 10. He was a left winger. And in this game, we also had Christensen out, Araujo was also out, Frankie was out, Gavi was out, Ansu Fati was out. Going to this game on Wednesday night this week, all of our players are back, all of them. And we'll talk about the squad list in just a few minutes. But like I've said, winning the Spanish Super Cup this year could be very important for FC Barcelona for several reasons. Point number 1, it's going to give a morale boost. A victory would really uplift the team spirit, and especially with the young talents that we have, it's really going to give them the upper hand. Point number 2, we will see potentially the first title under Hansi Flick. Yes, we have had big wins this season so far, but we have not won a title yet this season, and we do need to win one. Point number 3, it would end our trophy drought, because Barcelona have not won a trophy in almost 2 years. Winning one this Wednesday is going to be big. And most importantly, point number 4, because it would give us that extra confidence, right? Like what I've said earlier in point number 1, it's going to translate towards us building momentum for other competitions like La Liga and the Copa del Rey and also the Champions League. I mean, like, really think about it. When Barcelona won the Spanish Super Cup 2 years ago under Xavi Hernandez, what other trophy did we also win? It was La Liga. So now let's move on towards the squad list. And here's going to be all the players that will be available. And I know, right? We have a lot of players returning. You can see Christensen on the bottom left corner. He's back. Araujo, obviously, he's back. Bernal is also there on the right side of the squad list. I know that many might question that whether Marc Bernal is fully fit. Has he returned? Why is he in the squad list? He's mainly there only because he wants to work with the rest of the players, work at the gym, and just be overall in the environment of FC Barcelona, which is really good. I want to see Bernal there as well. Many might also question, what about Dani Olmo and Pau Victor? Like, why are they there if they cannot even play because they're not registered? And it says here that Barcelona's taking Dani Olmo and Pau Victor to the Spanish Super Cup, even though none of them can play. But that is because that there is a possibility that both of these players could get registered on Tuesday, one day before the semifinal match on Wednesday. And that is why Barcelona just said, we might as well just take you guys because we never know what could happen on Tuesday. And I do believe that if these two players get registered, one of these players is going to be starting, and that one player is going to be Dani Olmo, hence the reason why he is being taken. As we can also see here on the right side yet again, we have Lamine Yamal, who is also another surprising appearance. It has been said that Lamine Yamal feels excellent. He is not being ruled out to be starting against Bilbao. He has completed the entire training session with the group today, and Lamine Yamal even said, according to 21 Morty, that he is ready for the Supercopa. And within the coming hours, Barcelona will decide whether Lamine Yamal is fully fit and ready to be in the starting 11. So once again, huge news. I cannot wait to see Lamine Yamal finally return because we have not seen Yamal play football in a very long time. So the fact that we have Yamal back, Christensen back, Ferran is also back, Hector is also back, we have a fully fit squad for Wednesday night. And I love that because Hansi Flick has not been given that type of access ever in his career as the FC Barcelona manager. And as you can see there on the bottom right corner, at the very bottom, we also do have Toni Fernandes, who is also included in the squad for the Spanish Super Cup. Hansi Flick is very well pleased with the player. He liked what he saw from Toni Fernandes against Barbastro. He does play on the right wing position. He can provide chances. He is a very good alternative to Lamine Yamal, and he does want to see more from the player. He believes that Toni Fernandes is a special player, a player that he can bet on. And so that gets me very excited. We'll see if he does get some chances. Maybe if we have a very lucky match where Barcelona win or are winning 4-5-0 against Athletic Bilbao, maybe you could put Toni Fernandes in the last 10 to 15 minutes. But if Barcelona do not have that type of lead, then most likely Toni Fernandes will not be playing. So here is going to be my most expected 11 that we could see. It's going to be Iñaki Peña in goal, Koundé, Cubarsí, Nico Martinez, and Alejandro Balde at the back. I don't see Araujo starting like I've said before. I just don't see Araujo immediately taking away Inigo Martinez's spot. Cubarsí will for sure start at the back. But going back to Araujo, I think that he needs more games, more minutes to really show to Hansi Flick why he should be a starter. There is no easy handouts here. As for our double pivot, Casado and Pedri, with our attacking four being Lamine Yamal on the right, Dani Olmo in the central attacking midfield role, Rafinha on the left wing position, and Lewandowski up top. Now, if Dani Olmo does not get registered on time and he can only travel with the squad and not play at all, I would just put Gavi on the number 10 role. So between Rafinha and Lamine Yamal, because Gavi has shown that he can be a very reliable number 10, unless Hansi Flick wants to do something different and just say that he wants Gavi in the CDM role with Pedri up top. But I don't think that's going to happen. I believe that Pedri and Gavi are going to be seen the same positions that they have always been placed by Hansi Flick. We can even argue that maybe a player like Pablo Torre could be in the number 10 position, Fermin Lopez can also be in the number 10 position, and even Frankie de Jong, who no longer plays in the double pivot position. But I would just put my bet on Gavi. So to go back to what I referenced earlier, I believe that one of the biggest problems that Barcelona had against Athletic Bilbao previously, and especially in that match where we lost 4-2 under Xavi Hernandez, was we did not put the game away early. Hansi Flick needs to have his players and this team really put the game away as fast as possible and not to give Athletic Bilbao any chances whatsoever. Like, we have to shower this team in the first 15 to 25 minutes, like shower them with chances, with goals, with passes, not allowing Athletic Bilbao to breathe, because if you give them room, they're going to come back. If you look at the scoreline in that 4-2 loss, we saw Athletic Bilbao score on the first minute, already giving Athletic Bilbao the confidence from the very first minute. And then we had Barcelona score on the 32nd minute with Lamine Yamal. We were winning 2-1, but then out of nowhere, Sunset scored the second goal for Athletic Bilbao, making it 2-2, and then from there Barcelona just crumbled and they allowed for Nico Williams to score the last two goals and defeating us 4-2. That was embarrassing. Iñaki Williams and Nico Williams can be very dangerous players if you allow them. If you cover them up well, they won't do anything, right? Like, Iñaki Williams is not like an all-star world-class right winger, but if you allow him to do his thing, he will be dangerous. Like, he ended this match coming in on the 59th minute, scoring one goal and providing and 1 assist, and that was during extra time. So if Barcelona want to stay away from games like that and situations like that and not allowing for average wingers to blossom like that, we need to put the game away early. If we look back at the match between Athletic Bilbao and Barcelona where they won 2-1 back in 2024 under Hansi Flick, we had more shots, more passes, more chances created. Athletic Bilbao, for example, only had 1 big chance in that game, and Barcelona had 5 big chances. And overall, if you compare these stats here between these two scorelines and these two game days, it is so clear, very, very clear on what Barcelona need to do. I mean, like, look at how many shots Athletic Bilbao had in that game where we lost 4-2. 29 total shots, dude. Like, that's 29. And Barcelona only had 7. They had 7 shots on target, and Barcelona only had 4. 9 big chances that Athletic Bilbao had, and Barcelona only had 3. We gave them the game. And then if you look at the match where we won 2-1, they were nothing. They had 8 total shots. We had 13. We had 5 shots on target. They only had 2. They only had 1 big chance, and we had 5. We had more passes than them. Our passes were also very accurate with 88%. They had to commit 16 total fouls as well because they could not handle the pressure that Barcelona were giving out. So overall, it was a dominant display from FC Barcelona in the 2-1 win. But we cannot have a game like we see on the left side. It just cannot happen. Barcelona must be dominant in all areas. Pedri and Casado have to really run it in the middle of the pitch. Jules Koundé and Alejandro Balde need to take the ball away from Iñaki Williams and Nico Williams as soon as possible, not allowing them to breathe whatsoever. If we can do that and tap within those areas, Barcelona will win and we will go to the final. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.